Team of the Week, Week 9 is here, and we had some epic performances in the past, but I think some EA logic's going to take over what heroes we get this week. Yeah, what's good, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Rob, aka Roboto. Look, we had an epic, huge, strong Week 9 in the NFL, and with the big week, we have Team of the Week coming out in Madden Ultimate Team, set to release on Tuesday. You're watching this video probably Monday night or Tuesday morning, hopefully before they are announced. I'm going to go over some predictions, some thoughts, some ideas about Team of the Week this week. But before we jump in, just want to let you know, if you are new here, I appreciate you stopping by. You can support the channel by clicking the subscribe button below and the notification bell right next to it. Get notified anytime I'm live with some new content. Also, if you want to support this video in particular, smash the like button. Like goal, 30 likes, 30 thumbs up. Let's go, y'all. Let's smash that like button, all right? And if you want to follow along, besides on YouTube, you can find me right along here, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'm gonna have all these images I'm gonna produce the video today. They're gonna be tweeted out later on tonight, tomorrow. So I got some more bonus ones coming too. So let's keep an eye out for that. There was a patch, a title update. So if you're here wondering about the servers, whatever the case may be, I've fixed previously from over the weekend, but it appears that EA has fixed the issue on today's update. So far, so good for me. I'm not sure about everybody else out there in the world. I'm sure some people have issues, but overall, it looks like the issue with the servers have been fixed. No word yet if we're getting any make rights or anything like that. But so Team of the Week, Week 9 is coming. Here's my little sheet, little breakdown here of the full Team of the Week breakdown so far that we've gotten in EA, Madden Ultimate Team, whatever the case may be. We are up to Week 9 now. Last week we got Bobby Wagner, Corey Dillon, Tracy Porter, and Ben Roethlisberger as the LTD. I was kind of not really close at all, especially on the Player of the Week. I had Mahomes. Sterling Sharp was my offensive hero, but I had Corey Dillon on the list here somewhere. Yeah, he's right there in 2000. I don't know if it was the same exact game, but I had Corey Dillon on the list for sure. Mike Vrabel was my pick, but I didn't get Vrabel. And LTD options, I believe Ben was right here as well. So we're kind of in the same vein here as far as offensive heroes, LTD options are concerned. I did a lot last week, but it looks like this week I've kind of whittled it down to a couple names. So also, too, something to consider here as we go through all these right now. Guys, I'm on stream on Sundays all day during football. I understand you want to watch your football. I get it. But me being a Giants fan, my team sucks. Even if they were good, I'd still, kind of watch it with stream. But I put on Red Zone. We sit there. We talk about the week. We talk about MUT. We talk about Madden. We just have a good time chatting. I'm not really getting into sweaty weekend league stuff and having a scream fest. I'm talking to the chat. I'm talking to you guys. I'm getting ideas. I'm creating these cards. I'm making this Team of the Week list out, and with you guys' input. So shouts to everybody who came through yesterday, Sunday, all day. I was chilling. I know my guy Ray Dog was there, sunrise to sundown, so to speak. So shouts to everybody who stopped by and showed some love yesterday. Much appreciated. We're going to do it every Sunday. So if you don't follow me on Twitch, do so. Twitch.tv/R0BATL Roboto. Very easy to find. Overall, Week 8, though, was a nice week. Bobby Wagner was the Player of the Week. I'm not mad at it. It was a nice change to put a linebacker in there, switch it up a little bit. We weren't going to get anything super strong, too, coming into a new series. So the names are solid. That Big Ben card isn't bad at all. Tracy Porter isn't bad at all. Corey Dillon's just kind of too slow. So we also tallied up the current and the legends counter to see where we're at, see where we're tracking. So all that information is available in the spreadsheet. If you want it, let me know. I'm going to leave it in the description below as well. So let's jump right into it. Make some predictions, right? 4 cards I've made up, 4 names I'm going to pick out. I'm going to go over all the names in total at the end, some ideas, some thoughts. So before you jump in, if you see a guy that's not on your favorite team or that you know how to epic game, I know there's a couple this week. There were reasons for these picks, all right? And I'll go over them as we go through, all right? All right, first up on my list, the man, the limited, I think, for this week, and it might be a good time to get it because it looks like he has another injury, Christian McCaffrey. And the reason why I picked Christian McCaffrey is because my Player of the Week is going to be a guy that was probably due one already and might get another one. But Christian McCaffrey, 93 limited. He's going to have the same archetype as he's always had. Christian McCaffrey led the way for Carolina during Week 9 of 2019. 24 carries, 166 total yards, and 3 TDs, and a big Panthers win. Now, I picked CMC because he's been out. He came back yesterday for the Panthers against the Chiefs. They did lose, but he had a good game. I don't think he's going to get Player of the Week, but I could also see him not getting the LTD, getting Player of the Week, and somebody else getting LTD. He had a great game. So I think Christian McCaffrey is probably the closest thing to a sure guarantee of getting a card. I don't know if he'll get another +1 because he already had one previously, but he has 2 cases right here, right? He has a Player of the Week and he has a previous performance that's really good. So I think run CMC for the LTD. I'm going with him there. These are the stats I picked out for him and his upgraded 93 that he would get. So he would probably be second best running back in the game behind Barkley. So that's the LTD choice for me this week, and we'll go over some other options at the end that I looked at. Nothing really was jumping off the page too much except for one big game. Next up, player of the week, I'm going with Josh Allen. Now, I know you guys, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Dalvin Cook again. I know, guys, I know, but I think it's Josh Allen's time to shine. He's been long due for a card, especially a player team of the week card. I think getting him up to a 92, he's already at an 89 right now, with his highest card there. There's also another strong candidate here for Juju Smith-Schuster, who has an 80 core elite right now. Obviously, Tyreek Hill is also a good choice always. He had a huge game again, Patrick Mahomes, but Josh Allen led Buffalo to a 44-34 Week 9 win versus the Seahawks after dishing out 429 total yards in the air and ground to go along with 4 total TDs. It was a huge game, and this card would be kind of beast. 95 throw power there that I figured, you know, if you boost him up a little bit, nothing too crazy. His 89 has a 93, 92 throw power already stocked, so throw him in the power up. That's going to be a strong arm quarterback for sure. So I think getting a Josh Allen upgrade right now, put him at a 92, he can sit there for a while, I think, and be kind of content with that card. Sure, he did just get a standout not too long ago, but what's preventing him? It's a new series. What's preventing him from getting an upgrade? So I think Josh Allen is a good option here for team of the week, player of the week in particular, quarterback 92 overall, with the strong arm archetype. Now we're getting to the exciting part, the fun part, the unpredictable part, the part that we can kind of never really truly guess because you never know with EA. We're getting into the heroes, the legends, throwback players, whatever you want to call them. I call them the throwback heroes. These guys who are maybe not quite legends, but are memorable players to every team. So there are a couple good performances in history from offensive and defensive side of the ball that we will go over later on. But first off, on the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to go James Harrison for an obvious reason. He not only had a good game week 9 of 2007, he also obviously would be a nice little troll by EA because of this whole scary Jakenstein monsters thing with him. So I went with James Harrison here. I like the card too. Made a 92 right outside linebacker, power rusher. His stats, his card's pretty solid that I made here. 92 power move, 90 block shed. His card is pretty solid too here. 86 speed off the edge, 90 tackle, 91 strength, 87 play rec, 90 block shed, 92 power move, 84 finesse, 91 power. So James Harrison delivered a monstrous performance, racking up 10 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and an interception in the Steelers' 07 Week 9 win. As you can see here, all his teams, yes, he did play for the Patriots and the Bengals. You can go check Pro Football Reference if you don't believe me, or you don't want to, I don't know, understand facts, I guess. I'm not sure. But that's James Harrison. I'm going to pick him for the defensive hero this week, and I'll explain why later on once we get into the full list that I made. And last but not least, the offensive hero here will be Santana Moss. Interesting name, kind of a deep cut, but I don't think it's too deep of a cut to throw him up here. He played 10 years in the league, and he was a pretty solid receiver throughout his time in the NFL. And, you know, Jets, Washington football team, that's two teams that could probably use a nice receiver. I know in particular Washington already has McLaurin, but you get a nice little route runner at Santana Moss right next to him, a speedy guy with a route runner. That's a pretty solid team to start. In week 9 of 03, Santana Moss racked up 10 catches, 120 yards, and 3 TDs in a Jets matchup against the Giants, my New York football Giants. The Santana Moss card isn't bad. 90 speed, 91 medium route running is going to be the key there. That deep route running can get up over 90, obviously. You know, I'm talking about a fake card here, the stats that I just made up because he has been in the game since Madden 15, but I think it's a pretty well-balanced card overall. I think obviously his benefits and the reason you want to use him is to run routes as opposed to, you know, throw him out wide and send him on a streak. So that's McLaurin's job. Santana Moss here, kind of a little Reggie Wayne, Stephon Diggs clone, in that kind of light. He'll be a good receiver, and I think he'd probably be one of the best receivers in the game, honestly, if we got this card. It's not bad at all. I really like it. So those are my picks, right? Let me know what your picks are below, but before you do, let's go over the full list. Now, as we did last week, I compiled a full list of everybody who I think could be considered. Here are the guys, obviously, we just went over right there. Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, Santana Moss, and James Harrison, but there are some very interesting names this week in particular. Limited side. Now, what I've noticed with limiteds is if you notice the list, all of the limiteds have power-ups. So if they all have power-ups, then that kind of eliminates one guy in particular, Nick Foles. Nick Foles in 2012, Eagles versus the Raiders, he had 7 passing touchdowns. He had a huge game. So Nick Foles definitely should get the limited. It should be his to lose, but I just, based on EA trends, I don't think he'll get it. He doesn't have a power up. So who other guys we could see here? Kareem Hunt, Michael Thomas, Daniil Hunter, I believe he has a power up. Latavius Murray, but I don't think he has a power up, but he had a big game. Matt Ryan and Cam Newton. So just some names to think there for an LTD. Could be a guy before that 2012 range that I figured out is the range that they want to do it in. So just keep an eye out for that. Big Ben also had another big week, but I didn't put him here for obvious reasons. He just got one. So I'm not going to put Big Ben down there when he just got a limited last week. So on the player of the week side, I went with McCaffrey. I went with Josh Allen. McCaffrey was my original pick. Matt Ryan also had a big game. Tyreek Hill, Kyler Murray, Drew Brees. I didn't put him here. It was too late last night after the Saints destroyed the Bucs. So Drew Brees could also be here, player of the week. But the plus ones, here's a little addition for this week. Plus ones include, and you can see him over there on the far left side here, like kind of like above my head here. Travis Kelce, Aaron Rodgers, Christian Kirk, Darius Leonard, Harrison Smith, Roquan Smith, and Jordan Poyer as plus ones, like guys with power ups, guys who can get a plus one pretty easily that probably haven't got one yet. Kelce would be easy. He just got a most feared. He might be the most unlikely. Aaron Rodgers too. He just got a limited not too long ago, so maybe he gets one. But Darius Leonard on defense, Harrison Smith, Roquan Smith, Jordan Poyer. I can see all those guys getting them. And now for the other lower level cards, those guys who might get an upgrade to their original card already that might not have a power up. I have Richie James from the 49ers. He had a huge game. Teddy Bridgewater, Jerry Jeudy. Jordan Poyer again. I don't know why I listed him twice. He has a power up. I don't know why he's here. Nick Kwiatkowski and Chris Boyd. All these guys, some of these guys you might not know. Look them up. Richie James plays for the 49ers. Kwiatkowski plays for the Raiders. Chris Boyd's a cornerback for the Bills, I believe. So those are all the player of the week ideas I have for this week. If I missed anybody, let me know. A lot of guys, you guys gotta consider EA logic here a lot of times, right? They're not gonna keep giving the same player plus ones as much as you might want to see that on your favorite player. So here's where we get super interesting too on the defensive side of the ball. David Harris, Jets linebacker. In 2007, he recorded 20 tackles in one game. The NFL record, solo tackles in one game. David Harris right here, 20 tackles in one game, 24 total tackles, but 20 tackles in one game. He probably won't get this card. I just don't see it for David Harris. I don't see them giving a middle of the pack at best linebacker. I mean, he was, again, in the league for 10 years, but I just don't, I think James Harrison will probably be a better bet for EA overall. I do want to give David Harris his flowers though, so later on today I'm going to make him a card just for his record-breaking performance. Same thing for Nick Foles, and same thing on the offensive hero side, because we have one more record-breaking performance on the offensive hero side. Herman Moore, though, I highlighted here just because he's been in the game before. I think he'd be a great choice to put in as another receiver option, obviously as a Giants fan, but he was in last year, so I think it'd be an easy switch to get him in. Adrian Peterson, 296 rushing yards. We all remember this game. Adrian Peterson's record-breaking game back in 2007 as well. In 2007, week 9, David Harris and Adrian Peterson both set NFL records in the same week for tackles and for rushing yards. So it was a huge week 9 week for these guys. But I don't think Peterson would get the offensive hero. As we've seen in trends, it's not a guy who is in the league, right? So Arian Foster, Marvin Harrison, Allstott, Alexander Cunningham, Shannon Sharp, Will Shields, Corey Dillon. None of these guys are in the NFL right now. Peterson is close to not being in the NFL. I understand that. He's hanging on with the Lions. I get it. And he's an all-time great. He's already a legend. But I just don't see them kind of changing course, giving it to a current guy. Just keep an eye out for that. You know, Peterson could be an option, maybe, and it's a limited. Maybe, just because Peterson did, again, he broke the NFL record. So it might be Peterson's week to shine. So I'll make him a card as well. So it'll be Peterson, Foles, and David Harris there as the 3 options. And we lived in a fantasy world where EA actually respected the all-time stats and some of these legendary performances as they should be respected. You know, most rushing yards in the game still hasn't been touched. 20 tackles in a game, that's very hard to do. You got to be all over the field to get 20 tackles in a game. That's insane. Guys barely get 5 in a game. And you got 20 in a very close game too. I think it was like 23-20 or something like that. So it was really tight. So there's a lot of good names though on here. So don't be surprised if you see any of these names, right? On the defensive hero side, some names that I think are very, very good options, being like not all-time legends like a Champ Bailey or Jared Allen or Jason Taylor. I spelled that wrong. Or even Dwight Freeney. You know, Brent Grimes, Samari Roll, Sam Madison, even Laurie Malloy. Not bad options right there. I can totally see Dwight Freeney getting a card and Jason Taylor. I think Jared Allen and Champ Bailey might be too big for this though. But on the offensive side, we have a couple good names too. Jeremy Maclin, shouts to him. He had a solid game a couple years ago. Kurt Warner, Michael Turner, former Falcons running back. Bobby Ingram, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver. Michael Pittman, Buccaneers running back. Santana Moss, like we went over. Brad Johnson, also a Buccaneers player. Quarterback Warren Moon. Throwback to Warren Moon. Terrell Davis, is he too big for this? Maybe. Isaac Bruce, is he too big for this? Andre Rison, is he too big for this? Just a couple throwback older names that we could maybe see. I think some of these guys would be good options, especially like a TD, Andre Bad Moon Rison. Isaac Bruce hasn't been in for a while. So we could see a couple of these names pop in, pop out, maybe switch it up a little bit. But you never know with EA, right? They're always unpredictable. So this is my list. These are my predictions again. Week 9 predictions. I'm going Josh Allen as the player of the week, Santana Moss as the offensive hero, James Harrison as defensive hero, and the LTD's Christian McCaffrey, with special shouts to Nick Foles, David Harris, Adrian Peterson, Herman Moore. A bunch of guys had some solid week 7s in the past. And of course, player of the week shout outs to Matt Ryan, Tyreek Hill, Kyler Murray, and a bunch of the guys who had a big week 9 in the NFL. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the arts? Do you think I should change something up in the art? Do you think I should consider doing something else as far as researching this? I just really kind of go back and through history and check it out through Pro Football Reference. So that'll be it for the video today. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate all the feedback as always. Catch you next time.